fictional village of ups and downs, set in southern England around 1960. To the west of the village, your left, are the rail yards, with a single engine shed and water tower. The various roads, that's what the rail tracks are called, are fed by a turntable. Not sure what the LNER A4 Mallard and LMS Coronation are doing this far south. Maybe here for comparison trials, or perhaps Southern Railways has just pinched them. Beyond the rail yards we see the road, a normal street road this time, please pay attention, as it enters the village beneath a steel girder bridge and passes by the medieval church, where it appears a wedding is taking place, as evidenced by the Vanden Clark wedding car outside. Next to the church is the village school, where children are seen playing in the playground or running to the toilet block. Opposite is a Wall's ice cream van, hoping for some customers among the children. Further along the road is the modern looking bungalow belonging to Mr. Cardinal, who's just parked his Wolsey in the driveway. Next is the garage belonging to G. Rees E. Hands, known to everyone as Greasy Hands. He has the district nurse's foot anglia up on the jack and is busy working beneath it. Looks like he's doing some welding. In his yard is his breakdown lorry, which he bought as army surplus after the war and converted to his needs. On the opposite side of the road is the wood merchant, Tim Burr, who also bought a long wheelbase version of the army surplus lorry and uses it to carry his wood. Next to the garage is the village pub, the Railway Inn. Although there's only one car in the car park, there are doubtless several customers enjoying the local brew, but there's no one in the beer garden today. Opposite the pub is the bus stop, where a lady's waiting for the bus to town. Further on, past the War Memorial, the road passes through the intersection, where the road sign indicates the names of the various streets, this way, that way, and the other way. On the corner is the corner shop, owned by Mrs. I. Sellett. Behind her shop we see the level crossing and the railway station, where several people are waiting for a train, and a taxi stands ready for any potential customers alighting from the train. In front of the station is the goods yard, where a small hand-operated crane is used to move the heavier loads. Here the road comes to a little humpback bridge and passes over the River Wye. Why? Well, to get to the other side, of course. Just next to the bridge is the entrance to the water mill. Actually, it's a flour mill. You can't mill water. Dusty the miller knows. He tried grinding water and he only succeeded in making a little dough. Dusty's not working today. He's gone for a row on the river, among the swans, geese and ducks. However, an old AEC Monarch truck belonging to a local carrier, Ike Harriet, is parked in the yard waiting to be loaded. A branch line of the railway runs to the mill, although it's never been very busy. On the opposite bank of the river is the manor house, Riverside, which is now a B&B. In days gone by this was an extensive estate, but the coming of the railway cut off a part of the estate, and now a lawned area around the house is all that remains. A flint and brick wall has been erected to reduce the train noise. Back across the road again we see the fire station, where the volunteer crew are practicing putting out a fire in an old drum. It actually takes them longer to light the fire than it does to put it out. Their shiny fire axes come in handy for chopping more firewood. Fire hydrants are scattered around the village, as evidenced by little fire hydrant signs. Next along the road we see a modern two-storey house, where the owners, Mr. and Mrs. Morris, are proudly showing off both their new Morris Minors. His is in the driveway, hers is in the pram. Mrs. Morris has been busy doing the weekly wash. Someone here has green thumbs, judging by the state of the garden and the greenhouse. Here the road leaves the village and climbs up the steep hill onto the downs and away to the east. The railway line itself emerges from the tunnel beneath the hill and is double tracked for most part, except where it passes through the cutting at the opposite end of the village. Here tokens for single line running are issued at the signal box and collected again at the station, and vice versa.
My website, Model Train Sets for Beginners, has much useful information for the beginner and the enthusiast. To visit my website now, click the link below.